What's going on? How we doing today? We doing okay? What's going on, David, JC Pliskin, New Drops, Huckleberry? How we doing, guys? Oh man, I'm a, I'm a, I'm not like run down necessarily. I'm just a little slow and um, no, I'm just like uh, today, right? And it's not even for like a bad reason. It's that well, for one thing, I think it's the weather. It's raining around where I'm at today, but in addition to that, I ended up drinking last night. I never drink heavily, right? Drinking heavily is not a big thing of mine, but I drank enough, right? In addition to that, I just woke up from a nap as well that I didn't mean to take. You ever I'm asking as if this doesn't happen to everybody all the time, but you ever lay down in bed, you're like, I'm gonna set an alarm 15 minutes, just rest my eyes a little bit, right? Rest my head a little bit. And turns out fucking 15 minutes is now like 2 hours. That's basically what happened to me. That's part of the reason why we are a little bit late. Um, but um, yeah, just doing my thing. Um, Based Alcatraz says, "What up, Scott? Very funny show yesterday. Where did you find that blonde mink jacket broad? She was definitely a pill addict and was going on schizo tangents. Excuse me. She has to be from Roxbury, right? Um, yeah, she was going a little bit hard. She was going a little bit hard yesterday. Um, I ended up stealing her glasses. I decided here's the thing, right? I got hit up very very soon before that stream was to take place, right? I had no clue what was going down. I just got a text from Sam, as I often do. This is usually how it ends up happening whenever I'm involved in an MDE thing. It's funny. I get a text like, "Yo, you busy?" No. Why? What's up? If you want, we're doing this thing. Come down here. And I get an address, and I'm just like, all right, I'll throw some fucking pants on, and I'll head down there. Um, so yeah, like I get down there and I figure out what it's gonna be, and I was like, oh shit, okay, like cool. Um, what's it called? But yeah, it ended up being a dating show. Um, and yeah, it was a fun experience. I was definitely stiff. I was most certainly stiff. And there's multiple reasons for that. For one thing, I'm the kind of person who the more familiar I am with an environment and with somebody, the easier it's gonna be for me to kind of riff and to kind of let myself go and things like that. This is why I'm the way that I am here, is because I'm the only person in this environment. My wife isn't even in the room right now. I was like, I'm gonna stream, and she threw on fucking clothing and she like left. She's like, fine, you're gonna stream. I'm gonna hang out with my boyfriend. That's that's how it was with her, right? Like, I'm the only one here, so I don't have to worry about trying to impress anybody. I don't have to worry about trying to hold my own against somebody who's better at comedy than me and things like that. Um, and because of that, excuse me. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, because of that, it's easier for me to kind of be wacky and wild and crazy and all this other stuff and whatever. Whatever entertains you. It's easier for me to be that way here because I'm not worried about the potential of like doing or saying something stupid, which I know is not really a good thing. I should just say fuck it, throw caution to the wind, and just do and say whatever. And if I bomb, I bomb. But it's a little bit difficult for me sometimes. It's a little bit difficult for me. Um, the when I ended up going up there, the first girl, she didn't really have a lot of personality. She didn't have a lot of personality herself, so it kind of made it hard for me to have something to bounce off of. In addition to that, we were being fed lines by I was being fed lines by Sam, and she was being fed lines by Nick. So it was kind of a situation where like I was just waiting for the next line that Sam was gonna feed me. I wanted to be ready for him because I'm not gonna out funny Sam Hyde. It's just not gonna be something that happens, you know. Um, I tried to see what I could slip in there as time went on, but for the most part, I was just kind of waiting to be fed lines and things like that. Um, then the other chick ended up getting in, the pillhead chick, Allie. Allie was her name. I don't think she's actually a pillhead either, by the way, but um, Allie ends up coming in, and I had a little bit more to kind of bounce off of, right? And that's where I started to open up a little bit. And I'm not saying that I was Shane Gillis here or anything, right? A lot of people were calling me a knockoff Shane Gillis, but I was able to kind of loosen up a little bit. I got a bit going with like trying to see what I could take from her, and then the sunglasses thing, like that was something that I had to rely on wits to think about, right? But I was still a little bit, I was a little bit tight, um, but I had a really good time regardless, it was fun to just get there and just mess around and see what would come of it, and to see how everybody else would try and play off of each other and things like that. Dude, I loved Damiel fucking. I loved the way that he was dancing and shit like that. And you could tell he was starting to run. He was starting to run out of a little bit of steam eventually, right? And he just defaulted to like this one move for what felt like 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, I thought you had an onion, baby.
No.
I thought you were cutting an onion. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, like that was like one of my favorite parts was seeing Damiel just resort to just one move for like 2 to 3 minutes, just not breaking eye contact with the camera, just eye contact the whole time. That was hilarious. There were some things that were even funnier if you were there too. Like that's one of those things that was even funnier when you were there, Then there were some things that like I when I watched the stream after I got home, the camera angles, right? The camera angles and the zooming and all that other stuff made it so much like better, you know. Um, there was a point where it was me and then Sam, right? And Sam has a cigar and he's like he's hanging his arm off of the table, or the podium, and they end up zooming in on fucking the cigar like that was like from like I don't know what you would call that, right? I don't know what you would call that, but you know, like it was a crazy shot and it was like so good, you know. The camera work last night was like the camera work last night was like crazy good. It was crazy good. It seems like that's something they're gonna do repeatedly. I don't know if it's gonna be like dating show every week. Probably not. It's probably just like it's probably the skits that they didn't develop out that well from like World Peace. Either that or maybe they're gonna take World Peace skits, but they're gonna be like, all right, what happens if we shoot this live action, right? I mean, MDE is live action, right? But I mean, like live, and just like throw people on there and just see what we can get away with and things like that. I'd love to be able to do something like that again, if they needed me or if they wanted me or whatever, that'd be really cool, I had such a good time though. It was so fun. Um, um, Scott got rated 9 out of 10 by the Cougar. Yes, yes, I got rated the highest out of all the out of the guys. I got rated highest by the women that did rate us. I thought that was weird. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was weird because like I don't consider myself to be like an attractive guy or anything like that. And like especially the Cougar, she's like, "Oh, you stand tall, you're confident." It's like, "No, I mean, look, I'm not unconfident, right? I'm not unconfident. I just don't I'm not standing around like this or anything. I'm just fucking like chilled out, you know? Um so it was just like weird to me a little bit in a way, if that makes sense. Um oh, jeez. Excuse me. Dega says, "Hey Scott, saw you get some mad poon last night." Yes, sir. What's going on, Luna? How you doing? White 26, bro. Seeing you there yesterday was crazy. LOL. By the way, what's going on, White? Was she not just LARPing the whole time? I'll be real with you. I think it was a little bit of both because she was drinking those White Claws, and by the end, she was a little bit toasted. If I'm just being honest with you, she was a little bit toasted. You know. Um, um, Scott had to lend her a White Claw. Yeah, and that's like I wanted to see how much stuff I could take from her and then convince her was actually mine. You know? Like she gave me the White Claw and I just started gaslighting her about the White Claw. And I wanted to see like I asked her for her phone. I wanted to see if I could get her phone because I was gonna be like, "Oh, can I borrow your phone? I need to make a phone call real quick." Yeah, my phone's turned off. I couldn't pay the bill. Can I borrow your phone? Like that's what I was gonna see if I could do that, but the timing of me asking wasn't exactly the greatest, so she didn't end up hearing it. Um, Kinon says, "Yo Scott, I said you're a badass on Twitter last night. Thank you very much, man. Welcome to the stream." Wife's boyfriend. Yeah, my wife is about to hang out with her boyfriend when she's done eating her onion. Right, baby?
What?
I said I love you.
Love you too. I had my earbuds.
Yeah, no, I was making a joke. I said you're gonna be hanging out with your boyfriend after you're done eating your onion because somebody said that.
Oh.
Somebody yeah, somebody made a joke. Um, your wife's boyfriend is Airsoft Fatty, baby.
Oh boy.
That's who your boyfriend is Chris.
Yes.
She just confirmed it, everybody. My wife's boyfriend is Airsoft Fatty. Um, the brown girl had a very interesting accent. Never heard it before, too. Baby, the actual Brazilian girl, not the alley chick, the one. Yeah, yeah, Betania. You think she was like legitimately Brazilian?
I don't know. I think so, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, because the way they were saying it was Betania, right? But chances are it was Betania, right? Like BET. I don't know if there would be an H in there, but ANIA, right? Like almost like Bethany, except like with fucking Goya adobo on it, right? Um, fucking what's it called? Yeah, baby, it's Bethany, but with Portuguese salt
Yeah, yeah.
sprinkled on it, you know. Um, like I think she legitimately was Brazilian, you know. Um, excuse me. Like the jury's out on the other chick though, the alley chick. I'm confused. I asked her if she speaks Portuguese and she caught me off guard, but like I think she just said everything she knew in Portuguese. I don't think it was something where she was like, "Oh, you're speaking to me in Portuguese, so I'm going to speak to you in a language that I actually know." You know, she was like, "Siem." Right? You remember that, baby? She's like, "Siem,
See.
tu, tudo bem," or something like that. Yeah, yeah. Like I think I think she knew a couple of phrases. I think she knew a couple of phrases, and she like when I asked her, she was like, "Oh, I'll just assault this guy with every phrase that I know," which like I don't really know that much Portuguese either. She caught me off guard, and because of that, I couldn't really riff on what I do know. She was good though. Like there was a point she started digging into me, and she kind of caught me on the back foot, and I really didn't know what to say. So I just defaulted to her wearing the fucking Brazil flag scarf, and like that was so like unfunny on my part. It was like dumb on my part. So I was like, oh shit, all right, she got me this time. She got me. I didn't expect her to actually start coming at me. Although I'm fucking confused what she meant when she said I look like I have a hernia in my left foot. I'm confused as to what that was. And that's part of the reason I was so caught off guard is because she said something and I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? And I was like pondering it as I was trying to think of something to say back. Um, what's it called? Um, Sam and Nick feeding you guys lines was hilarious. Yeah, I wish I was able to make it funnier. I liked it. I had a good time, and I do think it was funny. I just wish that I was able to contribute to it more than just being like, all right, what's next? What's next? Oh, Destiny, like Destiny's Child, fucking. It would have been better if I was able to kind of keep it smoother, and then Sam feeds me lines in the meantime, which is kind of what happened with the alley chick, Bick and Damiel were I'm pretty sure it was Bick and Damiel. Yeah. It was both of them. They were the ones feeding me lines at the time, and in between them feeding me lines, I was also saying my own shit and doing my own shit, like when I started calling her conceited, that was their idea, but the whole like, hey, can I have a sip of your White Claw? Oh, I'll trade you the White Claw for your glasses thing. Like that was my idea. Um, Gobragao accent, baby.
Huh?
Is there a place in Brazil called Gobragao?
Cobra Val?
Yeah.
No.
Dega is saying it's a Gobragao accent. A Gobrigao. Gobrigao.
How do you spell that?
Gobregao, and I would assume it's the A with the squiggle over it. I don't know. Maybe it's like karaoke. Like that's what you call someone from Rio
I see.
or Brasiliense.
Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. Fucking. The MILF was the best. The drunk young blonde killed it, but not on purpose. Yeah, it was. I feel like it was a little bit of both. And yeah, dude, the MILF arguing with Airsoft Fatty was the best. Like, I don't, I don't, I don't think the show was bad at all, right? But when Airsoft Fatty got there and just he was handed a mic and he just started like freight training everything, you could tell everything kind of shifted and it was like better than it was before, I think that's a fair assessment. Um, Fatty is just the type of dude he can command a room, with his charisma, and it's so fun to watch him just it's so fun to watch him just do his thing. Um, Always love seeing you and Julian on MDE stuff. Yeah, I'm happy Julian was there, and I'm happy Julian got to do stuff because he's when he first came around, right? Like when that era of MDE was a thing, like I don't consider myself to be like a part of MDE or anything like that, right? I'm just a guy that they call to include in things, right? But kind of that era that was like there before I ended up meeting Sam, and I guess currently, right, even though some, changes have been made and things like that. Like that was one of my favorites, and part of that was because of Bick. Like I think Bick has a chill charisma and a quick wittedness that is that is nice to see. Like those early PGL episodes, those are still some of my favorite episodes of PGL, which I gotta catch up. I've missed a lot of PGL. Those were my favorite episodes of PGL, and part of that is because of Julian's like ability to just be like funny as shit. He's really good with callbacks and stuff like that. He'll remember something you said like an hour ago that somehow pertains to like right now, and he'll bring that up, and it'll be like the funniest shit. Um, like an example, and I'm gonna butcher this, but actually, nah. I won't even bother. I won't even bother. I won't even bother with it. It was the jump chop thing, the fucking that fake axe that they sell as like they were talking about like the shadow of masculinity and things like that. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get started on the. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get started on the soon side, but David says Scott Sullivan MMA. The Cougar was trying to get that Celtic knot. Yeah, yeah. She really wanted to kiss me, dude, and I was like, ah, shit. I almost did. I'll be honest with you. I almost did, but then I was like, nah. I would really have to okay something like that with my wife, and I can't just be like, hold on, let me ask my wife, baby, can I kiss this old woman? Like I couldn't just do that. Not that she's like old. What I mean is older woman. Um, oh man, big rubbery face was unreal, dude. I didn't know that a lot of those were not actual super chats. I didn't know that a lot of those. I didn't know that a lot of those were just things Sam decided to say to try and get a reaction out of the women, and that is fucking genius. That is so cool. That was like hilarious. Um, um, excuse me, dude. I got something caught in my throat. I gotta fucking Oh man, excuse me. Um, oh, go go brig out, baby.
Huh?
Go brig out is one of the ways that Sam and Nick will make fun of Portuguese.
Oh.
Yeah. Go,
Obrigado.
go brig out.
Oh, I see.
You have to cook the picanha. You have to go brig out. Go brig out, cook the picanha. Do not cut the fetch. If you cut the fetch, you will ruin the picanha. Um, you are MDE's Secretary of Defense. Yeah, I'm part of their Air Force. What's going on, Muntman? How you doing? What's going on, everybody? There's like there's mad people here to the point where like I can't say hello to exactly everybody, but I've been trying to catch up on chats and things like that. Allie's rap was something. Yeah, that was like I found it funny how everything kind of went back to her being the high school mean girl, like the first time she tried to rap, she ended up talking about looking for a prom date. And then the next time she rapped, she started rapping about Israel Palestine. But then um but then in addition to that, like she kind of trailed off and went to like, oh, your dad likes me, but he's ugly. Haha, your dad wants to fuck me. Like that's like that's like something high school girls go through, and like that's not something I realized. Like you just have like creepo dads, whether they're single or not, who like are just like creeping on people, and it's like, oh boy, like what did this girl go through? What did this girl go through? Um, Scott, you ever gonna get on PGL? Yeah, if they want me on, dude, I'm literally I'm good for fucking anything. They want me on PGL, I'm there. Um, they want me for skits, I'm there. Like it's not like what am I gonna do? Dude, I don't know, man. I kind of got some I kind of got some stuff going on. Fucking, there's no reason for me to say no. Fucking, they treat me good. I try to make sure that when I show up, I'm a net positive for them. Um, what was I gonna say? Uh. When she ran from being rated, I knew you could easily bang this girl by negging. I haven't done that in 10 years. Are you talking about the alley chick? Because fucking, it was weird. Like she wanted her glasses back, but I wouldn't give her glasses back. And I got out there, and I ended up lining up, right? And she's like, "Hey, can I have my glasses back?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have them. I left them over there." And I pointed off camera. I don't know if you could see it in the stream or not. And she's like, "Well, could you go get them?" And I was like, "No." So she got up and she went looking for him, and she couldn't find him. And then she just sat down and she refused to go back on. And then eventually she was like, "I'll go back on if somebody gets me a White Claw." And she kind of wouldn't stop talking about White Claws for like 5 to 10 minutes. And then somebody got her a White Claw, and Oh no, she didn't actually even come back. Oh no, she did, but it was only for it was only to talk to Chris, you know, and then she was back off. Excuse me. Always stoked to see you in MDE stuff, man, dude. I'm always stoked to be in MDE stuff. I never in a million years would have expected that I would be included in all the like crazy good things that I've been included in, and really like you know, anytime anything like that happens, I really got to thank, like I got to express that thankfulness for dudes like Sam and you know, Jet, fucking like everybody, dude. You know, everybody, Alex, fucking all of them, you know, all of them are just like such cool dudes, you know. There's not one person there that like I feel is like not happy to see me, you know. And you know, as I get used to them more and they get used to me more, I do feel that there is like you know, there's more of an understanding, and because of that I'm able to be used in more and like, you know, more ways and also more complicated ways and things like that, right? That's just how a relationship is built in the first place, right? But I feel that is something that is happening. So you know, if they want me on stuff, I'm there. You know, I'm there to do whatever they want and need me to do, you know. And you know, hopefully I'll continue to be able to deliver on some level as to where they'll feel it. You know, they'll feel it. They'll feel as though it's a good thing to keep having me around and keep giving me stuff to do, you know? Oh man. Was Nick not feeling it? He wasn't on after the first time. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how Nick felt about it. I think he was probably, and we're gonna get started in a minute, but I think with Nick he was just thinking excuse me. I think with Nick he was just thinking that he wouldn't like try and steal the show or anything like that. He would only do what he felt he needed to do in order to um what's it called? He was you know, he just didn't want to steal the show or anything like that, you know? Because he got on and he was like, he was just immediately, it was like, oh, this is what we should all be doing right now. We should all be like riffing, you know, both with and at these female contestants. You know, he kind of showed us how it was done. Um, you know, but I think he was more just like, he was trying to keep it, he was trying to keep everything lubricated as opposed to actually operating the machine, if that makes sense, you know. He was trying to keep us lubed up. That's what Nick was trying to do. He was trying to lube us up. All right, anyway. Yeah, I gotta get those things. Whoop. Oh, excuse me. Is this good now? Ah, you pain in the ass. There we go, kid. All right. So, I'll be honest with you. I didn't put too much thought into what we were gonna be doing today. I've had tons of stuff going on, man, and it's all good stuff, and it's kind of distracted me from where we are at Fallout. You know, naturally, I don't want to just be skipping Fallout Sunday because it's something nice to do. You know, it blow off a little bit of steam. You know. Huh. Oh, jeez. You guys hear that? That was my monitor. That was my second monitor. The thing was coming apart and I didn't even realize. I didn't know that. Anyway. Oh yeah. No, we're good on that. Excuse me. There it is. There we go. There we go. Okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I've had so much good stuff going on that it was hard for me to sit here and be like, all right, Fallout Sunday, what are we gonna do, right? But you know, we're gonna keep on keeping on with that, and we'll see where we're at now, and we'll decide whether or not we're gonna stick to you know, not main storyline, but main game, or if we're gonna go to another DLC. If we go to another DLC, I might leave it up to you guys, but I also might just say screw it. Let's go ahead and do you know, let's go ahead and do the thing with the stuff. Honest Hearts. We might end up doing Honest Hearts, so we'll see how that goes. The fans want you in MDE stuff. Nice. I'm happy to hear that. You know, and thank you guys for that. I really appreciate that. I did see the chat yesterday, and I don't pay too close attention to what chats say in a way that is actually meant to, like, it doesn't mean anything to me on that level. I'm not sitting here like crying just because like some guys were like, oh, I don't like this guy. But I did notice some people were like, you know, well, I don't like this guy. Oh, excuse me, jeez. You know, some people were like that. You know, but I'm not letting those people get me down or anything like that. You know, I actually happen to agree with them to a certain extent. I wasn't the most loose yesterday, you know. I wasn't as good as I could have been, so I could understand if these are people that don't know how I can actually be. You know, I understand if they're like, "Ooh, what the hell is this guy even doing here, dude?" But, you know, it makes me happy that you know, you guys are here, you know, and I really appreciate it, and thank you for that. You know, thank you for the kind words every time, you know. Julian was hated a little while back, a couple years ago. I always found him hilarious, though. I think as you practice, you'll definitely get better at riffing. Oh yeah, no, riffing is a muscle, you know, and if you exercise that muscle, comedy is a muscle, and if you exercise that muscle, you will get better at it. And I've noticed that with Julian too, is that he's kind of opened up. Like I remember the first time we were like legitimately introduced to him. It was the Valentine's Day, the woman stories episode. You know, I remember that, and you know, it was what was I gonna say? It was you know, it was, you could tell he was a little bit like you know, but as time went on, he really opened up, you know. I'm hoping that if I am included in things in the future, that will end up happening with me, and I know it will, but I just got to keep on keeping on with it, you know. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, like that's one thing I don't like is the hate that the quote unquote new guys, as if they haven't been around for years by now, right? I guess people call them the Zoomer crew. That's one thing I never liked is that they get some kind of weird hate sometimes from people, you know? I think it's people that don't actually give that much of a shit about, like, MDE or comedy in general. Like, I think what they want is just 2016, you know? I think 2016, 2015, 2016 was the best time of their life, and they want that back desperately. And because of that, they want 2015, 2016 MDE, which, I mean, Sam, Nick, and Charles are back together now, you know? But, like, that doesn't mean it's 2016 again. And I think in people like Jet, in people like, you know, Julian, Joey, even though Joey's kind of off doing his own thing right now, I would assume that at some point he might be back, right? Whether just to have a little bit of fun, or if he's like, hey, all right, I've had a good time doing this rapping thing, let's get back to doing this. Regardless of how, like, I don't see why, like, people would be so hostile towards them, other than just this idea that, like, those guys, you know, and now Ben and Tax, like, they represent the end of the best years of these guys' lives, the, like, let's say 2012 to 2016 era, right? And, like, I understand, you know, I happen to think the best time of my life thus far was between 2017 and 2019, right? With like the peak good times being in 2018, right? The summer of 2018 will always have such a fucking a beautiful place in my heart, right? just the things that I was able to do, the people I was able to meet, and things like that, the times, the memories that I have with these people. I don't even talk to half of these dudes anymore. But I will, I'll blah, 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 blah. I will always have beautiful memories associated with those people and the things we were able to do. Same thing with 2013, right? Like, again, another group of dudes that I don't even talk to anymore. But, like, the summer of 2013, first summer after school, right? Meaning I graduated 2013. That summer was my first summer of, like, true freedom, right? Not having to worry about, oh, man, but my grades and, like, other stupid shit like that. I will always, that will always be a very special summer. And the dudes, the people in general that I met and that I was able to have friendships with and things like that, they will always have a special place in my heart, you know? And, excuse me, the good, the bad, the ugly, I'll take it all. I wouldn't want to trade it for anything. Even though I recognize in some cases it would have been better for me to not have been in those situations, you know? But, like, when it comes down to it, it's not 2018 anymore. You know, it's not 2013 anymore. I love the memories, but I can't try and live in those memories to the point where I am you know, to the point where I'm openly hostile to the here and the now. You know, I'm mad at my wife. I hate my wife. She's got her headphones and she can't hear me. Oh, I was kind of making a joke. I was saying, like, you know, I'm mad at my wife because my wife represents now, and what I want is 2018. That's what it is. I want 2013 again. I want to be living in 2013 for the rest of my life. And because of that, I hate my wife because she represents 2021 is what she represents, and I don't like that, you know. That's kind of the way that I feel these people probably are. And you know, it is what it is. You know, I try and keep that in mind when I see people shitting all over those dudes, because to me it makes, like, no sense. It's like, Jet's a good dude. Fucking Big Flame, Julian, good dude. All these guys are, like, really good dudes. And they haven't done anything, like, bad to anybody. You know, fucking, they're just trying their best to make people laugh and have a good time and things like that. But people seem to be upset about that, you know? What's going on, Rocky Stream? How you doing, man? It's about making new memories, exactly. People don't want new memories, though. They don't realize that, like, the here and the now is where those old memories were, because at one point, 2013 was the here and the now. And instead of recognizing that you make memories that will last, they just assume that there was magic air and magic dirt. That the 2013 dirt is what made 2013 so special. The air back in 2013 is what made it special, when in reality, it was a combination of being in a certain place in my life and me wanting to try and make the most of it. Not it at the front of my mind, right? I'm not saying, like, in 2013 I was like, I need to make the most of this summer, dude, but I wanted to have a good time, and because of that, I went looking for a good time, right? I went looking for things to do that were going to be good for me. Anyway, we're going to go ahead, we're going to talk to Mr. Fantastic. The good old times are happening right now. Annoying office guy. Yeah, pretty much. Wait, do you train with Sam? Yeah. When, you know, when Sam wants some boxing training, he usually hits me up. I helped him get his, wait a second, what was I about to do? I was about to do something else as well. I'm gonna go to the Gun Runners. Yeah, that's how I kind of got folded into where I'm at now, is, Sam, he was getting into boxing. He was into boxing, but I mean, like, he wanted to box somebody. And, I hit him up and I offered to train him, and he took me up on that. You know, and he kept me around. He liked me. And you know, one thing led to another, and here we are now, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's how I know Sam. If you're new to the stream, by the way, hello, my name's Scott. That's how I met Sam. I was also on Fish Tank as well. Not as a contestant, but as a boxing trainer. You know, and I've been able to be involved in a couple other things as well that are going to be coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned for those. I do martial arts content, and I'm also branching out into other content and things like that as well. But
I am ready to process our transaction.
all right, I'm just hoping and praying they have the scope for the hunting rifle, because that I'm always, whenever I play an NCR or just like any playthrough where I can get boon, I'm always just waiting for a hunting rifle scope to appear. You fucking bastard, dude. You bloody bastard bitch. I might just buy that though. Do I have, because the hunting shotgun I do like, so I think we'll go ahead. Here we go. Hunting shotgun. Yes, I will buy that. Because why not? I'm rich as fuck. Cheers from the Netherlands, you absolute madman. Thank you, Sjord. Is that how you pronounce your name, Sjord? Excuse me. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Mr. Bombastic. Yeah, that's what I thought too. That started playing in my head. Buff out. Get I. Oh, fixer. I don't do drugs. I don't need fixer. Jet. Rentats. 2 psychos. Yeah. Oh shit, I got weapon repair kits. I didn't even know. Oh wait, turbo. I'll sell them the turbo. Jeez, my barter is so awful, dude. Everything is so awful because I basically min-maxed. Whatever. Like I said, I'm rich. I got 3 gold bars hanging around.
Come back and see us again soon.
Coming down the pipeline, Hassan warned me about pipelines. Exactly. Coming down that alt-right pipeline, we got some good stuff for you. Close enough, Scott. Drip game and player skills during the question mark stream was on point. More guest spots in the future. Yeah, you know, if they, it's like I said a little bit earlier. You probably weren't here. If they hit me up, I'm down. You know, I'm down for whatever. Go ahead, hit that. Oh, geez, I only have 5. I only have 10 total. Got plenty of those though. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that I don't miss anything good, you know? Alright. Wait a second. Who the hell? Oh, that's NCR guys. Okay. We'll go ahead. We'll fast travel. Scott, you ever play Half-Life? No, I have not, actually. That is one thing that you see, we're getting closer and closer as time goes on to being done with Fallout, right? And that is one thing that I was thinking about, was after this, maybe playing games that I have never played before that are considered to be classics. I have not played Half-Life, and it might not be a bad idea for me to go ahead and, you know, it might not be a bad idea for me to go ahead and play, you know? Alright. I'll just fucking... yes, okay. I don't know why you're not allowed to go through this door. No. Go through here. And there's this fuckhead. Get out of my way. Yep. It's a fire... Oh, that's a good point. It's a fire exit. That's a good point, AB. I think you might be right about that. There he is. Hey man, how's it going?
Who the hell are you? They bring you in to replace me? They're replacing me, aren't they?
Yes. Me take your job, cause me smarter.
Ah, shit, man. You're direct, you're no nonsense. How am I supposed to compete with that? I gotta pay these chem bills.
Oh, excuse me. It's funny because, like, I'm simultaneously an idiot with a silver tongue. So I'll say things like that, me take your job because me smarter, and then I'll pass a speech check. No. I'm supposed to be a good boy.
Goddamn right. Why would they? You can't top this guy. Just a little more time. You can't keep Fantastic down for long.
Pathologic 2 was wild, hard as hell, but loved the aesthetic. I've never even heard of Pathologic. I don't know what it's about or anything like that.
What else? I'm in charge. This whole operation depends on me. No Fantastic, no power. Got the whole NCR suckling my teats, and it feels so good.
Yeah.
Well, see, we're getting power because the guy running this place is fantastic. But the mirrors outside aren't aimed right, so we're running at 1% efficiency. And I guess
1%
that just
efficiency.
isn't good enough for some assholes. Trouble is, most of the controls for this place aren't here. They're in the tower. And that place has some crazy pre-war security system that the dumb shit NCR set off when they took over. Killed 2 guys. Now they won't go near it. They want me to make an omelet, but I can't break any of their eggs. Know what I'm saying?
It's a game where deaths are built in. Every time you die, it's harder on purpose. So you die 5 times and feel like quitting. And that melancholy is part of the game. It didn't do well financially because people quit those types of games. Yeah, and I could see why, though. It seems like it would be interesting to play just for the novelty of it, right? That does sound interesting. How I move shinies. Oh man.
There's these 2 terminals outside. They control the mirrors. I tried fooling with them, but didn't get very far. You'd have to get them to talk to the mainframe up in the tower, then do the rest from up there. I'm guessing, but it sounds good, right? Hey, you're not thinking about going up there, are you? Well, hey, if you find yourself up at the mainframe, do yourself a favor and make sure you send the power to the right place. It needs to go to the Strip and McCarran.
Okay.
Here, you want this. It's the password to one of the terminals.
Don't worry. Actually, you know what? We'll get it over. We'll get it over with now.
Yo. Worried? Do I look worried to you?
We'll have the conversation now.
No one else can do what I do here. Fuck, man. Everything. I push buttons, I turn dials, I read numbers. Sometimes I make up little stories in my head about what the numbers mean. Like one time I imagined they were a code to get into a vault full of naked women. Man, how cool would that be?
Oh, here it is.
It was easy, man. They were going door to door asking if anyone knew any scientists. I said look no further. They asked me if I knew anything about power plants. I said as much as anyone I had ever met. They asked me how well I understood theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics. They said welcome aboard.
Dude, this is the one character I'm gonna exhaust all options with.
No, man. I know exactly what I'm doing. I just don't know what effect it's going to have. Over there controls power in this building. That station has readouts on the computer network. That big knob there makes a crazy noise. Sparks come out of that slot if you put stuff in it. And I'm learning more every day.
Alright, yeah, I'll ask him.
Because I get paid, that's why. Per kilowatt hour. Whatever the hell that is. That's where the NCR wants the power, so that's where I want it. But you know, you do that, maybe I put in a good word for you with them. Fantastic's little helper. There's a reputation you can hang your hat on.
Alright.
Adios, amigo.
Peace out, bro.
Hello.
Shut up.
It's unusual to see a new face here. Are you a soldier or a scientist?
Yeah, me pet aminals.
I see. Then you must have some special business here for them to have let you through.
Me fix shiny plate. Fuck it.
Interesting.
Oh,
Forgive me
plant.
for prying, but I'm curious. Are you with a particular group?
I with bare shoulders. Oh man. This is great.
That makes sense. It is their facility after all. At least as long as they can hold it. As for me, I'm with the followers of the apocalypse.
Me help shoulders. Hold on. Who are blah blah. Who are I can't read. Who are flowers of apocalypse? Dude, playing this character is making me dumber.
Humanity lost many things after the war. Methods of agriculture, techniques for survival. We took it upon ourselves to piece together this knowledge and bring it back to them.
Sounds like some hippie shit.
Other things weren't lost, but were blocked from our collective memory. Knowledge of what we're capable of and how things spiral out of control. It's in our nature to want to forget truths that keep us awake at night. And for that reason, it's all the more important that the followers walk the ways to remind people of them.
Me help shoulders make shinies warm.
They're playing you for a fool. You'll die in that tower, just like their soldiers did. Why do you think they haven't taken care of this themselves?
What you doing here? Dude, I've never played as an idiot before, so these are all new.
We're scattered mostly. We go where we're needed. Our largest presence is in Freeside, at Old Mormon Fort. Other than that, I know Dr. Usanagi set up a practice near the Crimson Caravan, and a man we train is operating out of the Aerotech building. Another man, Tom Anderson, was looking into water supply problems in Westside, but that was a while ago.
Strange. In the room next to those guys is a small Uyghur, I think, hiding below the stairs. Do not kill him. A small what? I'm confused. Anyway, what's it called? Do Flowers and NCR Bear play together?
We did for a time, but our goals differ. The NCR only cares to expand their wealth and their reach. For us, territory boundaries mean nothing, and prosperity has to be for everyone, not just citizens of the NCR. So parting was inevitable. While the NCR pushes east, we clean up the mess they leave behind, try to provide some stability.
Alright, we'll do the last one.
I'm a visiting scholar. Solar power technology may be important to our future, and I was sent to research it.
Alright.
Goodbye.
See ya, big brain. The room next to them. Underneath stairs. I'm trying to see what you're talking about. Yeah, no, it would be what, here? Nah, I don't see anything. I'm not gonna go looking for whatever it is you were talking about, like not hard anyway, you know. But I am curious as to what you mean by that. I like that they just straight up said Chinese back then. Games don't do that now. Yeah, it's crazy how quick everything changed, you know, from like 2014. Like it's cringe to talk about Gamergate now, but like Gamergate was kind of the starting gun, right? Or not necessarily the starting gun, because stuff like this was going on for years and years and years and years and years, right? But Gamergate was the starting gun of this stuff being mainstream, as to where like you can't do and say certain things that are like perfectly normal and fine, you know. what's it called? You know, fucking. You're lucky I love you, Rex. Anyway. Yeah, like, you just can't do that stuff anymore, and not for any good reason. Not for any good reason, just because fucking, people are pussies about things. You know? Wait a second, that dog's not supposed to be out. Oh, no, that's this guy's dog specifically. Oh, excuse me. Can I even? Yeah.
With Caesar dead, maybe they'll stop attacking us.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That was close. Oh, no. Oh, damn it. Damn it, dude. Alright, whatever. Oh, nice. I'm pretty close to leveling up. Did you see the Fallout TV show trailer? The OG Fallout aesthetic is gone. Yeah, I'm not into TV shows or anything like that. You know, I'm not someone who like follows TV shows and stuff like that. I didn't like the look of it though, I will say. What I have seen of it thus far, it's the lighting and the cinematography that does it for me. I don't think that lighting and that cinematography was a good choice for you know, a Fallout TV series. That's one thing. I hate modern day cinematography. It's so annoying. And I hate modern day aesthetic choices. Like everything. Like over the last week or two, I've watched a bunch of movies with like my wife, and each and every one of them is unnecessarily dark for no reason. Just 'cause. It'll be like midday. The sun will be out. And they will still purposefully choose to make it dark. And it's just like, this is awful. This is awful. This sucks. It is lazy and it is cheap. Fucking. And it's so stupid, dude, you know? And they're doing, of course, they're doing it with the Fallout TV series too. Of course. Did you expect anything else, you know? Modern aesthetics are just nasty. Yeah, they're disgustingly bad, you know? The color correction in that trailer made me sick. Just totally allergic to any organic colors. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. It's just terrible, dude. I can't stand it. Alright. Ah, damn it. Fucking A, dude. Alright, whatever. I'll just use a doctor's bag. Screw it. I don't even care. I don't give a shit. I love running on these things because it makes me feel like I'm a ninja that's wall running. Uh-oh. Floor is lava. Yeah, that's right, bitch. Get up. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to kill these dogs, aren't we? Oh, there he is. Alright, where's the other one? Other ones. Oh yeah, they gave me the password, didn't they? Floor is lava would be incredible. That would be cool. What's going on, Jeffy? How you doing? Oh, wait. Oh no. I thought I had the password. Do I have to get it from Ignacio? I have to get it from the Ignacio guy, don't I? Son of a bitch. Yeah, shut up. I don't remember asking you shit. Nelson's back in my hands. You only have it because I got it for you. Oh. We took a wrong turn there. Gonna go back. Gonna visit these guys, you know, later. Yeah, I think I get the terminal password from Ignacio. I forgot that was a hard terminal. And my science is probably like not even 20 right now, you know. So there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to hack that. It won't even give me the opportunity to do so. Why do you have your weapons out? Why? Oh fuck! Where is he going? Where is he going? Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Now where the hell are these guys?
Nothing yet.
Yeah, I know, dude. Whatever. I'm going to sleep for a while. Do 7 hours, and hopefully Fantastic and/or Revis will be out here. All right, sweet. Sweet.
Hey, man.
Shut up.
What can I help you with? They're playing you for a fool. You'll die in that tower, just like their soldiers did. Why do you think they haven't taken care of this themselves?
Am I gonna have to steal from this guy? I don't want to have to, but I will. I think I can just look. Yes. Alright, cool. Thanks, pal. See ya. Splash. So yeah, now I got that. I can go ahead and I can you know, I can use the password to reset the connection and then get in there and deal with all those robots that almost just fucked me up hard. All right. Yes. Alright, now we're gonna have to fight our way there. Alright, let's go. Enough horsing around, Rex. Got my eye on you. Alright, now hopefully we don't get fucked up. There's one, but isn't there another one? Oh, yeah, there they are. Alright, we got one. Damn. Luckily, Rex is playing Bullet Sponge. There we go. Uh-oh. They really only care about Rex right now. Uh-oh. I don't think that's a good sign. There we go. See, that's why I like the cowboy repeater, is because it's like a surprisingly it's surprisingly effective against everyone. You know, you can get it early on in the game, but it does like a fair amount of damage even to like sentry bots and things like that. Take those. Yes. Oh, uh-oh. There we go. I think I'm good. I got old reliable over here. So through that door, I think might be another sentry bot, but I could be wrong. Oh, no, I guess we're good. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll just start throwing them all in repair or something like that. I don't know. Done. There we go. Steady. Get out of the way, Boone. Holy shit. Dickhead. I think I need a missile launcher. I think that's one thing I'm missing from my arsenal. I'm gonna have to get one of those. Oh. Why does Boone draw melee half the time? That's so stupid. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Since you don't seem willing to do the world a favor.
Yeah, I'm gonna interrupt you there.
I guess I'm gonna have to do it for you.
Alright.
Please step into the omen and identify yourself.
Oh, that thing's... That's not even broken, it's just off. Oh, shit. There we go.
Do not be alarmed, or you will be wounded. Please stand by.
Oh. Hey, everybody.
A lawful use of deadly force is in progress. Citizens are
Those things are so inept, you can just sit there and, like, let them just shoot you. And you're like, yeah, whatever, who cares? Alright, so... Is it that way? I could have swore you had to go this way. Oh, never mind, I guess I'm incorrect. What's going on, Sylvia? How you doing? Yeah, no, I guess I ended up going the wrong way. Here we are. Alright, there we go. Alright. Cool. Cool. This is another one of those quests that I always forget how long it actually is. Like this is a quest that like I'm sitting here like, oh, I feel like we should be like done by now, dude. Ah, son of a bitch. And one piece of scrap metal. All right, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Oh, no. I can repair it myself, or I can go to that Mr. Handy that's right there, and I can go ahead and I can do the thing. Thank you, Sylvia. Yeah, if everybody watching could like the stream, I would really appreciate that. Oh, or a Poseidon Energy card. I need a Poseidon Energy card. And I think those are... Damn, bro. Those are further back, if I remember correctly, but I'm going to check this room real quick just to make sure. Why did I do that? Oh boy, 8 bottle caps. Alright, I'm trying to remember where the Poseidon Energy card is exactly. Dude, get out of the way, Rex. You guys are just in my way half the time. Try and turn around and you've fucked up. Ah, there it is. Alright, sweet. I didn't have to go too far back. Yes. Go. Go. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I need to let you guys know about. I recorded a video yesterday. I wanted to do more videos. Unfortunately, I could only get one finished. But right now I'm going to be my main focus right now is going to be working on the next patron exclusive. I was supposed to have a patron exclusive out on the 1st, but I have so much stuff going on, it was kind of difficult for me to do so. Luckily the video that I'm going to be working on is going to be an easier video to make, so I should be able to do that over the course of this week and then get it released at the end of this week or something like that. So if you're not on my Patreon, it's $5 a month for a bunch of exclusive content, including something that's going to be coming in the next week or so. Other than that, I'm just kind of bracing for impact on a couple of things, and I'm going to be hitting the ground running, and I'm going to be trying to record a bunch of videos in bulk, and, that way I can get those things out. Other than that, I'm thinking about what the future is going to be for this right here. Like I said, after we're done with Fallout, what am I going to move on to? In addition to that, I'm trying to think of ways to make the Friday streams as entertaining as possible. So, I stream on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as of right now. I'll keep on doing my thing with that, and we'll see where that goes. But let's go ahead and well, I guess I'll just say fuck it. Alright. Let's get the hell out of here. There we go. Alright. So, wait, what? Oh, there it is. You see, you guys are always in the fucking way. Why? I'm sick of you guys, dude. Should have did Archimedes, and I should have made you guys stand out there. Dickheads. Alright. Oh, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay. So... Oh, what am I doing? Oh, yeah, also, there's going to be some fight streams coming up as well. I'm not allowed to talk about it right now, because, it's not public yet, but I am privy to some information about some people that we're going to be going, we're going to be doing fight companion streams for their fights, okay? So, those will be coming over the next month or two. I will give you more info as more info becomes available to the public. I don't want to, there we go. I don't want to do or say anything that could get anyone in trouble or anything like that, but those are going to be coming. We haven't done one of those in a little while, since, I want to say October or something like that, and it will be good to do them for somebody who is, somebody we actually have an interest in, as a personality that is known to us, not just oh, Jake Paul. Oh boy, Jake Paul is fighting. Let's watch his stuff. It'll be good. And there are going to be some really interesting ones as well that I think you guys are going to like for one reason or another. So, we'll go ahead and we'll, So there's that. Hey, Scott, am I Grandma's handsome boy? Yes, you are, Sheer. Yo, Scott, did you see the Mike Perry fight? He's the king of all combat sports. He beat 3 ex-champs in a row, and 2 of them by corner stoppage. He's literally made by God for bare knuckle. Yeah, I didn't get to see that. Mike Perry, though, Mike Perry does make it interesting, and I might start watching BKFC again when he's on. Really, I watch BKFC for certain personalities, certain people, right? And I'll tell you who those guys are. Devin Gibson, right? I like that guy. We were at the same tryout. He was the guy who was selected at the tryout, right? Lardy Navarro, Cito Navarro. Again, another guy. He's from my state. He was at the tryout, right? Zach Kalmus. Okay, Jack Shady Grady, okay, Those are like the 4 guys, and I'm sure maybe there's like 1 or 2 more that I'm like really tuned into when it comes to BKFC. And unfortunately, they don't fight that often in BKFC. I don't know why. One thing or another, I'm sure. But you know, Mike Perry is slowly becoming one of those guys where it's like, oh, Mike Perry's fighting. Maybe I should tune in for that. You know. I'm not interested in seeing a lot of dudes that I know are going to fight once and then I won't see them again for 8 to 12 months, you know, but Mike Perry fights often enough and he's having interesting enough fights as to where I feel like I could and should watch him. People think bare knuckle boxing is just regular boxing without gloves, but it's not. It is not at all. I don't even like the way I see, I haven't seen too many of Mike Perry's BKFC fights, so I could be wrong about this, all right, but I've seen some of his highlights, and the way Mike Perry fights even isn't like 100% bare knuckle. He's still kind of sort of just a little bit seems to fight as though he is he still kind of sort of seems to fight as though he thinks he's in the UFC and stuff like that, you know? I think a lot of people, because people aren't like you don't start training in bare knuckle. You start training in boxing or MMA, and then you make the transition over into bare knuckle. That's how the sport is right now. As the sport develops, you may start having gyms or programs and things like that that are dedicated to bare knuckle exclusively. And when those guys come around, you're gonna see dudes fighting a lot differently, okay? If you want to see the way bare knuckle fighting should really look up the sparring footage of me and Sam. Okay? Peter Brooks, Rocky Stream. He has it on his channel. And then on my channel is a reaction to it, right? The way that I fight Sam when we spar is pretty similar to the way that bare knuckle boxing should look. I'm not saying it's exactly that way. I'm saying that's similar to how it should look, right? It's not going to be, and I'm not saying you can't be slick in BKFC. You can be a slick boxer in BKFC, right? But you're not going to be sitting here like fucking Ali, right? You're not going to look like you're not going to it's just not going to be the same. You know, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to look old school, right? A lot of things that if you took it to a gym nowadays, depending on who you're talking to, they might be like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? You know, like for instance, right? Head movement. Okay. I'm going to fucking sit here, right? When you're taught head movement, right? You're taught, you know, again, it's weird. You're taught to go left, right. You're taught to go under, right? Head movement the old way, right, is a little bit different. You see a little bit more putting your head forward, right? You see guys doing that a little bit more, right? You see them going here, there, right, and under. That's the way that I do my head movement. And the reason why is because when you stick your cranium forward, right, if you do happen to punch me, I'm not saying it's not going to hurt me, right? I'm getting punched in the head, but there's a greater chance of you injuring your fist on my cranium, right? So instead of sitting here with my head like this, going under, right? So that when you do end up hitting me, you hit me somewhere here, right? I'm going to put my head down. That way when you hit me, if you do hit me going under, right? There's a much greater chance of you hitting something that's going to end up hurting you, right? There's small details like that. Johnny Bedford, right? He hasn't fought in years, right? But Johnny Bedford, if you watch him, like, that's what bare knuckle fighting is supposed to be, right? It's closer to what it's supposed to be. I'm not sitting here in the pocket with my head up, just taking shots in this area, right? There's no way I can sustain that. Even if I'm not being knocked out, even if I'm not being genuinely hurt, my face is going to swell up and my eyes are going to close and I'm not going to be able to take that. I have to be here. I have to be pointing my head forward when there's shots coming in. I have to do head movement that is going to be conducive to that, you know? What else? You know, again, like when I'm sitting here with gloves, right? If I was to do this when I shell up, if I did that in a boxing gym nowadays, they'd be like, hey, don't be looking down. You got to be able to see the punches coming in. But again, right? When I do this, I'm pointing my head forward at you, right? And there's a much greater chance of you punching me in a spot that's going to hurt, right? So instead of being here, right, like they tell you to do in boxing, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be sticking my head forward in a way where I know that, okay, I'm probably going to get hit, but if I'm going to get hit, he's going to break his fist on my forehead, and now he's got one less thing that he can hit me with, you know? I believe that's what happened with Johnny Bedford and Charles Bennett. I love Charles Bennett, dude. He's such a fun guy to watch and things like that. Everything about him, the pre-fight, the during the fight, and the post-fight antics are like fucking fantastic. But he ended up going to bare knuckle, and I'm 99% sure he broke one, if not both, of his hands on Johnny Bedford's forehead, because Johnny Bedford is not approaching this as though it's a boxing or an MMA fight. He knows it is something different, you know? And that's why Mike Perry has really come into his own, is because he right now is that guy who entered into something that people don't truly understand, and he had a little bit more understanding of it. He has a little bit more understanding of it that is allowing him to really flourish in a way that someone like Eddie Alvarez or Luke Rockhold have not been able to do. You know, because Luke Rockhold went in there like, I'm fucking Luke Rockhold, bro. That's exactly what he sounds like. I do a very good Luke Rockhold impression. I'm fucking Luke Rockhold, bro. I'm gonna beat the hell out of this failed UFC guy. And then literally his teeth got bent back, if I remember correctly. You know, that's the type of shit that happens. You know, it's a different game. It's a different game. And in the way that if you were a boxer and you were like, I'm going to get into this MMA thing, you know, and you didn't do any fucking takedown practice or just any sprawling, if you didn't get used to leg kicks or anything like that, you were going to get eaten alive. If you're an MMA fighter who thinks that it's basically the same thing, you know, it's just there's, instead of 4 ounces of padding, there's no padding on your fist. It's not, you know. And you see other small things too, like Beck Rawlings was like the first like kind of female stud, right, if that makes sense, of bare knuckle boxing, right? She was like the first women's champ. She was, you know, she got into it and she had an understanding of it that people didn't. You saw her, right? She liked to use shields and stuff like that, right? Like, that's literally one thing I saw in the first fight that she had back in 2018 when BKFC first hit the scene in the way that it did. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, somebody at her camp knows what they're doing. You know, somebody at her camp has put thought into this, and they know what they're doing. And because of this, it's not just because Beck Rawlings is like, oh, she was in the UFC, bro. Oh, man. She didn't do that well in the UFC. Right, just like Mike Perry. Mike Perry didn't do that well in the UFC. He wasn't known for being the greatest fighter. He was known for being the white guy who says the N-word. You know, that was the joke. They called him the Nigerian Nightmare, right? What's it called? Like because of that understanding of the game, though, right? Because they didn't just treat it like it was regular boxing. They were able to kind of rise above, right? And that's kind of why Mike Perry has come into his own, you know? And it's really cool to see. Because right from the get-go with BKFC, I knew right away. I was like, "Oh, dude, I know this. I know this game." Like, I'm such a fight dweeb that before I even knew bare knuckle boxing would be possible today, right? Before I even knew that it would be possible, I went looking into this stuff and trying to develop my own stuff out and things like that. Just because I enjoy it so much. I figure, hey, why not? It's just like disarming someone with a gun or a knife. I don't have a reason to use it, but it's fun to know, right? It's fun to know. So I know I know some stuff, right? It was kind of the same idea. And then all of a sudden there's this BKFC thing that comes around, and I'm like, oh shit, all right, perfect, fantastic. One thing led to another, and I'm at a point in my life right now where I don't know if I want to get into a bare knuckle fight knowing that I'm not going to be paid very well to do so, and then if I win, I'm not going to get another one for like a year, most likely, right? They're not going to give me one too quick. But like at the time I was like, oh shit, I understand this right away. And it was cool to see Beck Rawlings, or Rollins, I forget how you say her last name. It was cool to see her also be someone who understands it. And it's cool to see Mike Perry also be someone who understands it. But, anywho, here we go. Oh, man. So. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yes. Watch his interview on Rogan. Perry explains you always need to be tensed up and wired to stand up to the hits and keep the muscles and bones in your hands braced. It's nuts. Oh, yeah, 100%, And me, like, I don't think you need, like, in my opinion, you don't need to have your hands tensed up the entire time, right? In my opinion, it's not a bad thing to have open hands, right? It makes catching things easier, right? But that is one thing that you have to understand is man. I just happen to have these out right now, right? You see this, right? That's not a fist. I'm not making a fist. Now I'm making a fist, right? If I was to throw a punch and not make a fist, right? This is going to happen when I end up hitting, right? Now, with a glove on, it's a little bit more forgiving. It's a little bit, in fact, it's a lot of bit more forgiving, right? But if I was to throw a punch with an open fist, right? Instead of here, I'm here, right? Squish, that happens. All of a sudden, I'm screwed, right? Like, it is one thing that you have to be absolutely positively conscious of, right? You can't make mistakes with the alignment of your wrist or whether or not you actually have a fist ready to go, right? If it was me, right, and this is theoretical, right? He has a theory, I have a theory. If it was me, I'd be here, right? Because I don't want to be like straight up here or anything like that, right? I want to be here. That way, when it comes time to punch, bang, right? I just have to close the fist the rest of the way and then throw, right? That's just my theory on it, right? And I've done plenty of hitting the bag and other things like that with bare knuckles. Now, that's not the same as getting into a bunch of bare knuckle fights. I'm not trying to say I think Mike Perry is incorrect, but like I'm just saying like it's kind of a new frontier, and hold on, let's go ahead and there we go. It's a new frontier, right? And because of this, like there's new ideas and new concepts that are being introduced and things like that, and you're gonna have this situation. Excuse me. Go ahead. I'll let this go. I'm waiting for it. I think I have to go in, or else it's gonna keep doing that. Alright, anyway. What I was saying is, much in the same way that in the early days of the UFC and MMA, you had this situation where, like, not everything was kind of consolidated, and you had dudes who were like, oh, I think the best way to go about this is this way. And then other dudes were like, I think the best way to go about it is this way, right? You're going to have that with BKFC. You're going to have dudes that, like, they come to the conclusion that my way is the best. You're going to have dudes that come to the conclusion that Mike Perry's way is the best. And those dudes are going to fight each other. And eventually there's going to be a consensus, right? And the funny thing is, just like in MMA, and just like in boxing too, this happens in every combat sport to a degree. You're going to have a situation where eventually something comes along and challenges that consolidation and it shakes things up. That's what things like calf kicks were, right? I'm still not the biggest fan of calf kicks, though I have kind of come around to them a little bit, right? For years and years, I was told, don't try and kick below the knee. Don't kick below the knee. Because the thing is, you're basically kicking a check, right? What I mean by check is when you use your shin to block a kick, those shits hurt, dude. It hurts when you kick someone's shin. And because of that, we were told, hey, be very careful. Don't kick below the knee because you're basically just kicking the dude's shin. You're kicking a check, right? But then all of a sudden, these dudes come along and they start kicking the calf and things like that. They start kicking below the knee. And specifically, you had Dustin Poirier, right, with Conor McGregor. Dustin Poirier using those calf kicks against McGregor, right? And that, made McGregor's legs swell up, and then that gave Dustin the ability to, win the fight, right? Excuse me, jeez. Like all of a sudden now everybody wants to use calf kicks. And what's going to happen, right, is eventually somebody's going to break their leg on a shin. Some dude is going to check the calf kick, and he's going to end up breaking the dude's leg. And now all of a sudden everyone's going to be like, oh shit, calf kicks. Nah, you don't want to do calf kicks, bro. Calf kicks are not good, bro. Calf kicks are not good. You don't want calf kicks, right? It's funny how that works. It's funny how that it's funny how that is a thing, right? It's funny and it's interesting. I want to see what's in here. I always forget what's it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a what's it called? A thing. Yeah, I'll have to start watching Mike Perry though. What, like, jeez, I'm moving quick. I'm moving like mad quick. I'm just realizing. Anyway, like, I'm not saying I wouldn't ever want to fight in BKFC. I'm just saying that I think the best route for me would be to try and get some kind of clout and then approach BKFC and be like, hey, I want to fight for you guys, but I don't want 2,000 to show. I want like a substantial enough amount of money as to where it's going to be worth it for me to show up and take like significant damage to my face, oh, interesting. That would be interesting. That would be, oh shit. Oh no. Uh-oh. I ain't moving so quick anymore, boys. Oh jeez. Oh man. Anyway, like if I was to fight in BKFC, I think that would be the way to go, is to try and apply some kind of leverage to the situation. Not to BKFC. I'm not trying to be like, hey, Dave Feldman, I'm calling the shots, bro. No, I'm saying like walk in and be like, look, I got clout. I'll bring views. Like, I don't think I should just be paid the entry. I think I've earned a little bit more money because of the clout that I have. Basically the Bryce Hall method, right? That would be the best way for me to approach BKFC. And unfortunately, I don't have that kind of clout, right? But if that wasn't to happen, I would love to have a stable of BKFC fighters. I would love to become known as like a Trevor Whitman character of BKFC, if that makes sense, right? As like diluted as it sounds or things like that. Like, I know that the things that I know and the things that I have developed out on my own, right? They're things that could change the game if I was able to utilize them, or if somebody that I trained was able to utilize them. That would be it would be really good, So like, because of that, the door isn't like shut on the door isn't like shut on me doing BKFC shit. There we go. It's just that I'm not sitting here like that's not my main priority. I'm not sitting here like, oh man, I need to get into BKFC, Yo, Scott, what is the best way to build up cardio endurance? I got out by the second. You gas out. You gas out by the second round when you spar. Well, if your issue is that you gas out when you're sparring, the best way to get that cardio is to spar. Right? That's the best way to go about it, is to just... Oh, interesting. There's you can see sun rays that are being blasted up that way. You know, what you have to do is you just have to spar, and the thing is you have to push yourself, you know? You have to push yourself, and you also have to get used to, and I don't know how much experience you have. I don't know if you're new. I don't know if you've been doing it for a long time or not, right? But doing it is the best way to get good at it, and doing it is the best way to get the cardio that is required for it. I think I've walked by where I'm supposed to go. You know, I could sit here and tell you, oh, wind sprints, run, and all this other stuff, and like, I don't think running sprints every now and again is a bad thing. If you run sprints like once a week, I don't think it's a bad thing, right? Do like 10 sprints, maybe build up to 15 or 20, you know, and things like that. I don't think it's like some kind of bad thing, but you know, it really, the best way to get into fight shape is to fight a lot of the time. And I know you're not getting ready for like a fight or anything right now. At least it doesn't seem like you're getting ready for a fight. You didn't mention anything like that. It just kind of is what it is, you know. It just kind of is what it is. One thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to push yourself, though, right? You're gonna have to push yourself, and you're also gonna have to figure out how to conserve energy in a situation like that, you know. And what I mean is, like, if you're gassed out by the second round, that doesn't mean to take a break, unless you're like barely able to stand up and you're like this, right? Then it's like, all right, maybe you should take a break. But if you're just tired after the second round, that doesn't mean take a break. That means you got to push yourself past that, because the way the human body works, the way we work is we're only going to burn energy, and we're only going to store energy, or not necessarily store energy, but our bodies are only going to be acclimated to what they need to be acclimated to. Okay? If I run a mile every day, I'm going to get really, really good at running 1 mile. But the second you say run a mile and a quarter, right? Not even 2 miles, just a mile and a quarter. All of a sudden, I'm shitting the bed. I am not doing all right, right? Because my body is not acclimated to running a mile and a quarter. My body's acclimated to running a mile, right? If I want to continuously try my best to build upon that, right, to make sure that that's my trajectory, I have to be pushing myself. Now, it's something you got to be careful with. You shouldn't, you know, I would assume you're not sparring every day of the week, right? I'm not telling you to push yourself every day of the week, all right? I'm saying that if you want to get better at your endurance, you have to keep, whenever you're doing anything that requires that endurance, you have to push yourself just a little bit further, okay? If this is where the line is every day, right? If this is where you start getting tired, all right, instead of stopping when you get here, you got to push yourself to at least there, right? Because when you do that, right, when you push yourself to here, especially when you do it repeatedly, all of a sudden, this was your ceiling. It's not your ceiling anymore. Now this is your ceiling. And then you start pushing yourself past there. All of a sudden, you're here. This is no longer your ceiling. This is now your ceiling. So on, so forth, right? That's kind of the way that you have to do it. It's very blue collar, right? If you don't put in the work ain't gonna get done. You know, that's just the way that it is. You excited for Nick Mullen's stand-up special in an hour? Yeah, I'm excited. I didn't know he was gonna have a special coming out until like a day or two ago. I'm gonna have to check that out. He's putting it out on his YouTube channel, if I remember correctly, right? I would assume that's the case. Well, I'll have to check that out when I have the opportunity. Nick Mullen is someone who I would love to meet. I really hope that he gets out here for like Fish Tank or something like that. Either that, or maybe there's gonna be a maybe he'll be here for stand up on the Sooner side. You know, that's excuse me, geez, that's kind of the good thing about being so close to New York is that like the New York stand up guys, which like a lot of the dudes in the stand up world that I like are New York and New Jersey guys. You know. Either they're from there or they migrated to there, right? That's kind of the scene that I like. The LA scene, I'm not the biggest fan of. You know, Dallas is kind of, to my understanding, like the mecca of comedy right now. I don't know too much about it, but like the New York scene is kind of the scene that I like, right? You know, and one of the cool things about being in the Boston area is that like the first place the New York guys go to when they're like, all right, I'm gonna go on tour. All right, we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna go somewhere. Like the first place they go to is fucking Boston. You know, it's really cool. Anyway.
Whoa, really? Oh shit! Oh, I knew I could do it. Those NCR pricks can all get on their knees and worship at the altar of fucking fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Don't worry, I'll tell them what you did for me, man. Not all of it, though. They think I was an idiot. But some of it. Keep at it, man. One day you could end up where I am. You never know.
Anyway, are you planning to open a gym? Yeah, that's kind of the goal right now. You know, I kind of put that above fighting at this point, if I'm being honest with you. I've explained it before, you know, but you know, I've explained where I am with fighting. I want to open a gym, either that or if it comes down to it and everything lines up as to where it's going to be a good thing, I'll take over the gym that I am currently at. It really just depends on how everything goes down and stuff like that. Yeah, I want to open a gym. If I can have some fighters there, that'd be great. You know, but I really just, I enjoy training people, you know, I enjoy training people and I enjoy, just being in that environment and things like that, you know. Also, I've always wanted to be a business owner. I knew from a very young age that I was going to be, you know, that working for other people was not going to be for me. BlackRock. Yeah, I knew from a young age working for other people was not going to be for me. It's just not something I am, oh, the Leggett's camp is over there. It's just not something that was going to be, it was not going to be something that I could do, right? If that makes sense. I just did not have it in me to be taking orders from people, for my entire life. It's just not, you know, no. All right, it's been a little bit under 2 hours. I'll go ahead, I'll call it here. We only got through one quest today, but, that's because I don't want to... We're going to do Honest Hearts next, okay? We'll do Honest Hearts next week. In fact, should I, though? Nah. I was thinking maybe I could go to the Zion Valley, right? Maybe I could go to New Canaan and then be like, all right, we're done. But I think I'd rather mess around and see what I can do, because you can take stuff to New Canaan. So I want to, you know, I want to have the weapons and stuff that I want to have without also having to worry about, like, other, like, dumb stuff. So next week I'll end up doing that. Next week we're going to end up getting into Honest Hearts, all right? And I don't want to start that and then be like, all right, I'm out of here, like, 5 minutes into it, right? So I'll go ahead, I'll save. Oh, of course I can't save. And, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. Alright, cool. Fucking idiot. Yes. Haggerty. Damn, that's a pretty badass image when you think about it. I shoot the dude, he starts, and then I fucking it freezes up and this comes out. That is pretty cool. Oh. Oh.
How about I aim my gun at you for a while?
Must kill NCR. Wait a second. Do I have any explosives? I'll kill us both. If I have any explosives. No, I don't. Whatever. I'll hit him with the trail carbine. Alright. We'll go ahead and quit. I'm not heading out right this second as usual. I'm not just gonna be like, all right, game's over, get out of here. But you know, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna chill for a minute, and then you know, we'll see what ends up happening. I don't have many updates to give because there's updates that I can't give you for one thing, but then there's also things that are just like you know what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Damn it. Other than that, like I've given you all the updates I can. I like to make sure I let people know like what's going on. I want you to know what's coming down the pipe, unless it's something that I feel is better to not, you know. It's kind of tough for me right now. I have tons of videos that I'm going to be able to release, but it's not the kind of content that I exactly want, right? Or it's not that I don't want it, right? It's that I wish I had other content that I could release in addition to giving you what I'm going to be giving you. So excuse me. You know, it's just like, all right, whatever. You know, I've been strapped for time, and I'm just looking forward to very soon when I'm going to be able to be like, all right, whatever, fuck off. I'm like, you know, I'm doing this stuff, you know? What's it called? What's going on, Ocelot? Great stuff yesterday. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I hope that if I'm included in that in the future, I'll be able to build off it and do better stuff, you know? I'm always hard on myself, and I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily. You know, I know people don't always want to hear someone be like, no, I think I suck. Like, that's not what I'm trying to do or say. I'm just like, I'm trying to be as honest with myself about how I think I did, so that I can try my best to learn from the situation and things like that. So I can hopefully understand things and do as good of a job as I can next time. What's going on, Sid? How you doing, man? Perfect time for the Palace with Charles and Nick. Eric, I mean. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got soap. I got soap from the Palace. It got delivered yesterday. It was pretty nice. I liked it. I got blueberry and I got charcoal. I used the no, I didn't use the charcoal. I used the blueberry yesterday. It was nice. Baby. Did I smell good after that shower yesterday when I used the soap?
Yeah, it smelled great.
Yeah. So, you should get the soap. It works very well. I mean, I didn't take a shower today yet. I'll probably I'll end up doing that probably after I get off this. You were funny and sharp. Hope to see you in more episodes. Thank you, TNT. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I'm down. You know, I'm down, and you know, I it's like I said, comedy is a muscle. I have done comedy type stuff before. And I know that it's a muscle, and it depends on a lot of things, and the main thing is whether or not I'm going to be in tune with that. Dude, I got a cold 2 weeks ago, and I don't like have it anymore, but you can still hear it in my voice, and I wake up and like my nostrils are just raw every morning, and it's like fucking annoying, dude. It makes me so mad. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I just want to get better. Anything I do, I want to get better at it, right? I want to make sure that where I started is not where I ended, or where I am currently, like a month or two later. You know, I want to improve by at least 1 degree if I can. And that's kind of how I look at last night, is like, okay, that's a good starting point. You know, I got loose and I started doing some stuff that was actually kind of good. You know, but let's see next time I'm in a situation like that. Let's see if I can just do 1 degree better. You know, that's it. Hey Mang, you were funny as fuck on Sam and Nick After Dark. Thank you very much, Tom. I really appreciate that. Yeah, you know, I'm just wondering what they're gonna do with it. I don't think they're gonna do a dating show every week. I'm wondering what kind of skits they have in mind for that. I think it's an interesting concept because, excuse me, they took a skit, right? They took what could have been a skit on World Peace 2, right? And instead of making a skit, they were like, hey, let's see what happens if instead of having to do 10 reshoots, or not reshoots, 10 takes per scene and getting every little detail and then editing it down and then releasing it. What happens if we just say, fuck it, we're going to shoot a skit, but it's going to be live, you know? It's a very interesting concept, right? I'm fighting some nasty shit off right now too, brother. Yeah, dude, there's something going around. Like legitimately, there's something going around. People say that, but like, there really is something, you know? I don't know. I don't know what the deal. Excuse me. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. There was just a really, really bad cold that went around this year. Can you speak on what happened after the stream cut off yesterday, or is that under wraps for now? I mean, there isn't much to speak on. You know, the stream cut off, and we were just like, all right, that's it. You know, we did a round of applause, and then yeah, we just sort of you know, we killed a hooker. No, I'm kidding. You know, we just you know, it just was what it was. You know, cleaned up, went home. Yeah. It's a wild concept. What was your impression of those women that showed up? Most of them were just normal women that didn't know what they got themselves into. The MILF, she was exactly what you would expect from someone like her, like a early 50s, desperately trying to like convince you that she's just as good, if not better than someone who is half her age. You know, like one of those types of women, and very loud, not like loud, but like you know, very outspoken, right? In both a good and a bad way. And it was just, you know, she was exactly what you would expect. Like, not much else to say about her. And then there was Allie, Allie was I liked her overall. Although sometimes she was kind of overdoing it a little bit, you know. But yeah, you know. It was hilarious seeing your face reactions in the back. Yeah, fucking that's one thing they seem to like about me, is that I have a certain stare. You know, I have like a piercing stare. And they wanted to get that piercing stare, but the thing is, listening to Fatty and Allie go back and forth, like I couldn't keep a completely straight face. So you kind of see me with like a little smirk, just like looking at the camera like that, you know, and instead of the usual like just stone faced, like staring into your soul thing that I can do. You know, they seem to really like that about me. They like throwing that in there randomly, you know. The stream kind of reminded me of a Fresh and Fit episode, but actually good. I've never actually seen Fresh and Fit. Are they any good? I know I'm pretty sure they're one of those podcasts where they have like OnlyFans bitches come on and like, you know, just say awful things, you know. Oh, I think a man should pay for my OnlyFans. Oh, I think a man should pay for the date. What do you mean I can't have sex with whoever I want all the time? if I'm in a relationship. I can do what I want. It's like 2023, bro. Like, I can do what I want. I have an OnlyFans. It's okay. Like, I can do what I want, dude. Like, I'm like, this is like Boston OnlyFans chick. Bro, I'm gonna do what I want, you fucking asshole. You know. Fresh and Fit is not good. I don't think it would be your cup of tea. I would assume you said, oh, IMO. Of course, that thing is blocking out the chat. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of PUAs, and I'm not a fan of the new wave of red pill guys, right? I used to be involved in the manosphere back when it wasn't what it was today, right? Back when it was more just like men's rights and, trying to live your best life and things like that. It was a little bit more positive back in the day, despite what the media would try and have you believe about it, right? And that's why they had to lie about it so much, is because if we as men are living our best lives, that means we're not going to be fooled into certain situations that they want us to be fooled into, right? I don't want to speak too much on that though and stuff like that, because it gets a little bit too close to politics, right? A little bit too close to politics. I ended up separating myself from the manosphere when I started noticing there was a lot more anger and a lot more just like gynocentrism in the manosphere. There's a lot of gynocentrism in the manosphere. They don't focus on bettering themselves. They focus on just like bitching about females and stuff like that a lot of the time, and in addition to that, it's a very feminine community, if you want to call it a community. It's very feminine in that you have to agree with whoever the juggernaut is, meaning like if you don't 100% agree with Andrew Tate, well, that means you're a cuck, if you don't 100% agree with this YouTuber, then you're a cuck, dude. You're a fucking cuck, bro. And I didn't like that, and because of that, I was like, nah, I'm getting the fuck away from these people, And this new wave of manosphere guys is almost even worse, because it's kind of a combination of what at the time was known as MGTOW with PUA principles, because MGTOW, the idea behind that, as I understood it back then, was you were supposed to just basically give up on the idea of dating and getting married and stuff like that, and you were supposed to try and chase what you wanted to do with your life. It was about, they called it self-actualization, I guess. There's nothing wrong with the idea of staying single and trying to live your best life and things like that. I don't have an issue with that. I don't think it's worth it having an issue with that. But you also had PUAs who were like, hey, it's cool, just you can get a lot of women by negging. If you go up to a woman and you say, you got really broad shoulders, you remind me of a fucking dude, bitch, fuck you, she'll totally sleep with you. She'll totally sleep with you if you do that, Like, there seems to be a weird combination of that stuff where it's like, nah, stay single, king, but also run a porn site where you have women that you basically treat as though they're your streetwalkers, It's really fucking weird, And a lot of people, I'm not saying everybody I've ever met, but who follows these guys, but a lot of people that I do know that follow these guys, they end up in this weird spot with the way that they operate. The way that they operate is very strange, and the way that they view things, the way that they go about things and stuff like that, the things that they do and say is strange, to put it as lightly as I could. It's just like it's really strange. I don't have a problem with anything that helps people, right? Naturally, if it's not the way that I would do it, I'm gonna sit here and be like, well, I don't really understand it, blah, 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 right? if listening to Andrew Tate genuinely makes you a better person, then I'm not going to tell you to stop that. But I don't know many people who listen to Andrew Tate and become better people. If I'm just being honest with you, if I'm just being like 1,000% honest with you, I don't know anybody who listens to Sneeko in that way that I would seriously consider to be a respectable person. If I'm just being honest with you. And it's because they want to be everything all the time. As long as that everything has to do with them being the alpha. They're the alphas and things like that. And it's like, dude, it's like, nah, that ain't how it works, Plus, like, the fact of the matter is looks has a lot to do with it. Looks has a lot to do with a lot of things, if we're just being honest here. And it doesn't matter. Like, if you look dysgenic, right? I'm not one of those, like, physiognomy type guys or anything like that. I think that's, like, a cringe thing to talk about, like, openly and stuff like that. But if you look like your DNA has some kind of, like, epigenetic disease to it, right? If you're, like, if you're a dude with, like, baby birthing hips and thin shoulders, and you're delicate and you can't grow like a beard, and you're like you just look off, there's no way in hell you're gonna be able to convince anybody that you're an alpha, dude. It's just not gonna happen, right? At the very least, it's not going to happen by you doing things that everybody knows you got from an Andrew Tate or a Sneeko video. If we're just being honest here, it's not something. That's not how this thing works. It's not how this shit works. There's things you can do and there's things you can't do. Right? I'm a ginger. People think redheads are weird. I know the joke is that last night I was the highest rated dude out of all the guys in the live stream. Haha, okay, fine, whatever. But people see my red hair and they make assumptions about me. In addition to that, they also think it's just fucking weird. There's people who genuinely, and like this is the majority of people, they think that red hair is like sort of weird, or at the very least it's a novelty. It's something where it's like, whoa, it's like being freakishly tall, right? And like or maybe very, very short, right? It's like that. It's like having a club foot almost, except obviously it's not as bad, right? I'm trying to get you guys to understand, even though you probably already do understand, right? Like, I have red hair. A lot of people think red hair is weird or unsightly, or it's like having a scar on my face, just a scar from here down, right? A lot of people are put off by it in one way or another, and there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to be able to fix that by watching Coppercab videos. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to fix that by listening to Sneeko tell me about how Islam is based and red-pilled, bro. It's so based and red-pilled that he can't follow it. It's so based and red-pilled that he allows his girlfriend to fuck in front of him. Fucking etc. etc. Like, no amount of that is going to fix that. At the end of the day, I'm just a redhead, and that's how it is, Some girls, they have a fetish, right? And you'd be surprised. That doesn't really make me feel much better, if I'm being 100% honest with you, because in order to get laid, I have to find a girl who has a fetish. That's not fun, The idea that if I approach a girl in public, there's a chance that she's going to be like, ew, red hair? It's like, dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me, It's not fun. But like, I can't fucking do anything about it. So I'm not going to sit here and watch Andrew Tate tell me that I just need to, gather a harem of women that, I can make money off of by pimping them out on a website. I can't fucking do that, Oh man. I don't even want a chance reading that out, Kinon. That was funny, but I don't want to take a chance at reading it out and like somebody being like, "Ah, got him." Yo, shawty, you look dimorphically masculine. Let's chill. Yo, shawty, you look like you got fucking meat flaps. Try and get out of here. Damn, girl, you built like a Frigidaire. Rusty says John from Fish Tank was heavy into that Andrew Tate manosphere shit. Who's gonna fill that role in the next season? Look, if that happens naturally, if that happens organically, then great, fantastic. If it happens organically, that's cool as hell. I like that, right? But we can't try and force archetypes or anything like that. And I'm not saying that you are absolutely saying like we need someone like that. We gotta astroturf it, right? But we can't astroturf it, you know. I don't know who the contestants are. I legit have no clue about any of them, right? I said last stream I know a little bit more than I like to let on, all right? But I don't know that much, right? You know, and I ain't telling you guys the shit that I do know, right? I ain't doing that. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like if we try and force it, if we try and force archetypes and things like that in a bid to like have a season 1 again, it's gonna be disappointing, right? And that goes on both sides. Whether it's like Jet deciding we need a John character who's gonna be new John, you know. Oh, we need a Josie character. We need her to stim. That might actually be a funny bit to do, a funny challenge. Call it the season 1 challenge and give everybody a character that they have to act like, right? That would be a pretty funny challenge. I would like that. That would be a fun challenge to see. But to legitimately have Jet be like, oh, we need a new John. We need a new John. We need an Andrew Tate guy. Like that wouldn't work out, right? And Jet knows that. Jet's not stupid, right? He knows that, and he's not going to try and force that. Now, what I personally am worried about is the potential that people, because they loved season 1 so much, they're going to have nostalgia for it, even though it was only like 6 months ago. And they're going to be like, which one is John? Which one is the John character? We need a John character. They're going to try and project season 1 onto season 2. And because of that, they're going to be disappointed because they're going to find that there might not be a John character. There might be somebody else that is like a really interesting character that you could fall in love with in the way that you did with John, but it's not going to be exactly like John, right? Same thing with like Josie or Sylvia or a Letty or whatever, you know? So yeah, you know, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see the house when it ends up being released. Oh dude, I saw the trailer yesterday. Dude, the trailer is so fucking good. Alex Schultz, Be Nice to Me Productions. Excuse me. He did such a good fucking job, right, on that shit. You know, him and fucking, what's it called? Mindless Pictures, right? I want to shout him out too, even though he probably has more clout than I fucking do, right? It's MNDLSS dot pictures, right, on Instagram. Fucking, like, they did such a fucking great job with that thing, right? With that trailer, dude, with that sneak peek or whatever. It's not a sneak peek, it's just a trailer. They did such a good fucking job, dude. You're gonna see tomorrow. It's so good. It's so fucking crazy good. I was in it, you know, and it, like, it'll blow you away. I was blown away yesterday. You know, if I'm being honest with you, I really was blown away. It was really good, you know. That's weird. Did somebody delete a message they sent or something like that? Because I could have swore I saw the chat jump and then something showed up. What are you guys hiding from me? What are you guys trying to hide from me? Maybe I need to switch it around. No, I guess not. Okay. You guys are hiding shit from me. Anyway, I'm thinking I'll probably end up heading out. You know, thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it. I will have a video out tomorrow. It's going to be a police video. You know, it's going to be reacting to the police again, right? I'm going to continue to work on the videos that I need to work on. I'm really going to try my best to go into overdrive and things like that. You know, to get some other videos and stuff done. And yeah, we're going to do our thing. We're going to do our thing. We're going to do our stuff. Anyway, again, thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.